Hello everyone and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Pisces today. Okay, and so Pisces, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at your present situation, what to do, what not to do, and the outcome, okay? And I will clarify all the cards with one card, but I can also get a little bit more nosy if I need to. And first I will cleanse the space with some Palo Santo as soon as this stick of it decides to catch fire, which I think it has. Very good. And if you could hear that, that's my cat, Gail, clawing the carpet. She does not wish to use the cardboard thing that I bought her, such as it is. That's okay. Okay. I'm cleansing the space and the cards. We are all set. Okay, now Pisces, keep in mind that this is a general reading, okay? And so if you find that it resonates, fantastic. I thank you so much in advance for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and also your comments. Thank you so much. I read all of them. And if it does not resonate as much as you would have hoped, go on ahead and check your other placements. There can be messages for you in any of those other videos. Okay, but this is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. Okay, Spirit, I respectfully request your presence and cooperation to bring in the message for Pisces' greatest and highest good at this time. Please and thank you. Much appreciated. This is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. Okay, in the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. So some conflict, particularly around communication or conflict of ideas. There could be some self-deception here, Pisces. Sometimes the Five of Swords also indicates self-sabotage. One of the pieces of advice is to pay attention to how you're communicating and always communicate from an authentic, grounded, and honest place, okay? But there can be a conflict of ideas. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, it's like we'll get into the reading, okay? And then, you know, we pull two cards on when to abstain and when to act, okay? Because this reading is really interesting. It's kind of like a, I don't know if I want to say action plan type reading, but since it has that element of like what to do, what not to do, it also has the element of when to act and when to not act, okay? So I'll be pulling, the time frame will just be from the 12 major arcana that indicate the zodiac seasons. Okay. Okay. So what we have here, actually I'll do the clarifying cards first before I read the whole shebang, because these clarifiers, you also pick one card per. And I wouldn't want to start reading the cards and then pick like the second clarifying card for each position and have it just like completely change the meaning. So I'll wait till I have them all out for you. And you know, just because it's on my mind here, we're having like a big old eclipse today and there's all kinds of stuff. I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to pretend to completely know like what any of this, what it all means, but I do know that there's an eclipse happening with a new moon today or something, and it's really, I know for me, I'm highly sensitive to these kinds of big transits and energies, and so I will begin to, I get kind of tired and all kinds of things. So if you're feeling tired or overwhelmed or just kind of like there's a lot of energy pulling on you, just know that there's a ton of stuff happening in the sky. A really great astrologer to watch, her name is Lori Lothian, and I believe the name of her channel is Lunatic Astrology. Okay, without further ado. And the bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Wands. Fabulous. So, you know, a new verve, new passionate beginning of some kind. This could be like your actual action plan, and whatever action you are taking, whatever you are initiating or feeling inspired by right now, that this whatever it is that is for you, this is going to have a long impact on your identity. So, you know, it's not like it's gonna like change your entire identity, but it's just something that you're building right now that is going to like be a part of you. It's going to deepen and enrich an aspect of your identity, personality, character, all the things, okay, and the action that you take. So that is really exciting. Ace of Wands, brand new beginning in some sort of direction. And then, you know, with the Five of Swords, just kind of keeping an eye out for snags here and there. Just like I said earlier, be honest, you know, communicate with authenticity, and you can't go wrong. Okay? All right. So, Pisces, your current situation, 10 of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. This could indicate, you know, it's like you're feeling a bit weighed down. You could be feeling some stresses right now with regard to your long-term stability. And that could very well be tied to your Ace of Wands here. you could be wanting to strike a new match, basically, and not like match like my match, but like an actual match. See, so you could be feeling overburdened, overwhelmed, a bit too heavy, you know, definitely dedicated and seeing the tasks through for sure. However, it could be like in the realm of probably your job, or maybe even an endeavor, that it's feeling overwhelming, it's feeling burdensome, but you're gonna see it through. Okay, this can also be seen as the card of like continuing to try. Now this is long-term stability, you know, not wanting to need for anything. This is very much tied up to your 3D, your tangibles, like your house, home, job, partnership, whatever the case may be. So Pisces, in this area of life for you right now, things can be feeling pretty overwhelming. I would wonder whether or not you're kind of getting sick and tired of a regular job and you're wanting to go do a new job. That's a possibility here, okay? But this can also indicate like a long-term commitment with a partner even, okay? Typically a King and Queen of Pentacles are, you know, married folks. And the 10 of Pentacles is like the home that they have created together. Like the 9 is the single person who's very well grounded. And then the 10 is the stable home, work, all the things, but with a partnership. So that could be an area of your life where you're feeling a bit kind of heavy, burdened, way down, all the things in that area as well. So that's something to keep in mind. The other aspect of the 10 of Wands, since wands do have to do with identity, you could be feeling a sense of having to be all things to all people right now. So if that resonates, take that as it resonates, okay? So that's your situation. So what do you do? What do you not do? Okay. So, and you know, so what do you do? What do you not do? What you want to do, you have the 4 of Wands and the Page of Cups. This is very sweet energy, okay? This is very sweet energy. Now this is happy home, happy, stable home. This is also Wands, 4 of Wands. And you want to think of 4 of Wands as like 4 legs on a table. You know, a table has 4 legs. It's a steady, sturdy table. If you take one of the legs away, what's going to happen? It's going to tip over, fall over, whatever. So it's like 4s are numbers of stability. So stability in your identity, stability in your action plan, stability in your home. This can be a marriage card, commitment card, celebration, celebrations of like weddings, graduations, whatever. It's kind of like a rite of passage in a sense, because commonly on the Rider-Waite, you'll see 2 people standing under what looks like a huppah, which is like the 4 wands that are held, and then there's the cloth that goes over the top, which is used in marriage ceremony. Okay. Let's see. So the advice, what to do when it comes to your stability around the home and being happy, take a light-hearted, sweet, kind of fun, childlike approach, okay? This Page of Cups is also an invitation for you to get clear and to play around with what it is that, you know, what is it that you love about yourself? What is it that you love about partnership? really taking a gentle look at your own emotions around this theme, okay? Because here it's like we have heavy feelings around, you know, some sort of long-term commitment that, you know, is around our stability, but we could get really bogged down because this is very, I'm getting a sense of very future. This feels very, maybe this is something that's in your mind a lot right now. Because this is long-term stability. And you may not be in the 10 of Pentacles right now. 10 of Pentacles can represent your actual job of where you're at right now. And this is like working towards it. So that's why I get this like forward thinking kind of future energy. Okay. And with this feels very present. So I believe that this is the situation in which you're struggling with in your mind, but this is kind of where you should direct your energy. What is stable about my home right now? What do I love about my home? You know, the page is also a very youthful kind of, in a way, it's kind of like the little fool of each of the suits, you know. The page is like just kind of striking out, you know, starting out. And so this is kind of contemplating. It's a messenger of love, okay? Messenger of feelings and what have you. Not necessarily in the offering it stage, because the knight is the one who offers, but like the page is there's a little bit more of a self focus, like, ooh, like what do I want in love? What are the things that I love about myself? What are the wonderful things that I contribute to my home to make it a stable place, a loving place, a place for celebration, you know, just like really getting into the here and now energy of what is beneficial and what you are grateful for. Because I feel like this is like becoming burdensome to be kind of bogged down with the future, like what's gonna happen, you know, I'm on blah 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 blah, you know. It just like, that's the energy that I get from these in this reading. Okay, so that is what to do. What not to do. It says 8 of Pentacles and 5 of Wands. All right. 5 of Wands is conflict. Okay, and I'll read it this way because that's how I was looking at it. 5 of Wands is conflict. It's inner conflict. It's outer conflict. It's group conflict. And it's really around the whole thing of, you know, how do we want to all work together on this goal? You know, say you have a future focused goal, okay? There can be a lot of parts inside of you, competing energies inside of you on how to approach the task at hand, whatever it is that is kind of weighing heavy on your mind right now. So what this is saying is try to avoid, don't work harder on feeding conflict. You don't need to, you know, you don't have to do a bunch of stuff in order to get the stability and the long-term goodness. I mean, look, you already have this right now, you know. Page and 4 of Wands. It's like, this is really sweet and happy energy right here, okay? And you have that. You have it already. And so with this, it's like there can be other outside sources too. This could be friends, family, colleagues that you could also be having drama with around work, around how to do a thing. typically this is also a common goal, you know. This can be a common goal, and like everybody's just kind of like, no, don't do it that way, do it this way, you know, stuff like that. And so this is what to avoid. The other piece that's really coming to me is you don't need to borrow trouble by feeding into and working and building up areas of conflict. It's kind of like, you know what? It's like you're there, you're present, but the decisions that you make, because the ones are also decisions when we make a decision and we take action, okay? Whatever action you decide to take, Pisces, is going to be the right one. And I think that, you know, you can get in touch with your own intuition, because Pisces are very intuitive people, to let your intuition guide you. Also let your logic guide you. Like, be realistic, you know. There's something very grounded about this Eight of Pentacles. Like, Eight of Pentacles are earth energy, and the Eight is the card of mastery, you know. So you're developing a sense of mastery right now, with probably around this Ace of Wands, okay? So just know that it's all right for you to try out different things. You know, let's say, for instance, you have a few different approaches you want to try. It could be just from inside you. It could be, you know, Uncle Joe told you something else the other day, whatever. You can try different things. Just because you're bringing this in and like trying it out doesn't mean that it's going to be set in stone forever. So try not to get too bogged down with, oh, well, do I do it this way, or do I do it that way, or what do I do, blah, blah, blah. Just be like, I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And I'm going to learn along the way what works, what doesn't, what vibes, what really feels good to you and what doesn't, right? So basically this is saying, don't borrow trouble by making any kind of situation worse than what it is by working really hard to keep the drama going. You know, that's kind of the way that I see it. And trust yourself. Trust yourself. Because, you know, you can do anything you want. It's all an experiment, right? It's all an experiment. What happens when I do that? What happens when I do this? You know, I mean, I think a lot of times when we have a lot of conflict, internal or external or both, when it comes to taking action on a thing, it can really come from a place of, fuck man, I don't want to make a mistake, you know? It's like, I don't want to make a mistake. And it's like, if you make a mistake, then you got to do repair work. Like, and it's like, and I'm not trying to sound flippant, like I don't think it's super duper easy. It's just, well, that's what you do. You own it and see if you can fix it. What else can you do? It's life, you know? All right. So the outcome, the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Yes. So wish fulfillment, gregarious, happy, also a very light-hearted energy. You know, this is interesting because this is a very light-hearted energy, also kind of like a wish fulfillment. There's a little bit of a fake it till you make it aspect to this card also. But ultimately it's about wanting to share one's abundance. And with cups, it's all emotions, right? And then you got 9 of them. It's like you're one away from the big, you know, wish fulfillment type gig. So this is the, you know, the individual sharing with a lot of other people kind of what they're proud of, you know, and yeah, just sharing that and having a gregarious kind of happy, joyful, boisterous kind of energy. This energy doesn't take oneself overly serious. Like, this is like the fun person at the wedding or the dinner party who, you know, gets up and starts dancing like in the middle of dinner or whatever. You know, it's kind of like this person who is just happy in their own skin, but they're also paying attention to like what doesn't work, what does work, you know, what hits the same as it used to, so on. And with the King of Cups, so this is kind of more frivolous. I don't take myself too seriously. And then this is someone who's like emotional maturity personified, right? But these are two good, really wonderful energies to have, because like you have your emotional intelligence, right? And you're not being all impulsive or whatever, but you're also finding the joy. And what was I saying? So when you follow the advice of the reading, it's like what to do, what not to do, then we have an outcome. Emotional balance between emotional maturity, clarity, expression of said emotions. You could be with the king, they hold it a little bit closer to the vest sometimes. They're not as like, yeah, I mean, they're not withholding in order to trick anybody else or anything like that. It's more along the lines of they're like more emotionally stable. They can talk about an emotional topic without like losing their mind or about it, and like without becoming very hysterical. But at the same time, if they're hurt, or they're expressive, they're not expressive, but the range of expression is appropriate. Okay, so there's that. So I feel like as long as you know, when it comes to your endeavors, as long as you take stock of the beautiful, sweet, childlike energies that you hold and what you bring to your home, and what are the things about your environment that are stable and loving, and you know, focus on that and count your blessings around that, then that's going to lead to more joy and emotional stability here. You know, and there could be, you know, if we were to read this as an extra person, because we have the 10 of Pentacles up here is kind of like the main situation. And I had mentioned earlier, the 9 becomes a 10 when we add a partner. Okay. So, you know, if you focus more on the positives and what it is that you're bringing in your love life and what you're looking for in your love life to create and to hone in on that stability, and not working so hard in contexts of conflict and just like, you know, I want to say overthinking things, but this is more of an action card. But like, if you're putting a lot of work into drama, that's not going to bring you stability, right? And so then in the finish, what do you have? The King of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So this could be related to this. As long as you keep your focus in a very, you know, realistic, stable vibration, then, you know, it would appear that the 10 of Pentacles can become the 10 with your King of Cups here. That's one storyline, okay? And it's interesting because the bottom of the deck energies on this side here, the Ace of Wands, I feel, really speaks to half this reading of, you know, wanting to do the thing, you know, like get the stability, right? Like get the stability. Like this can be a new passionate beginning as well, because the Ace of Wands is also, you know, it's phallic energy. Okay, and then right beneath that we have the Page of Cups again, and then underneath that we have the Moon. So, you know, things are kind of unseen, and there's 10 of Swords, and then we have 10 of Cups. So you very well may be going through some sort of kind of either like the Ten of Swords and the Moon would indicate to me a lot of overthinking about unknowns, okay? But all you need to know, and there's the Page of Cups twice, all you need to know is what you're bringing. What are you bringing? And trusting that what you're bringing, your little goldfish in a little cup, is like the best little goldfish ever, you know, like for you to offer whoever is going to be digging on your goldfish. Okay. So yeah, man. So Ace of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, doing the thing, getting the long-term vision in place, focusing on the positive, not feeding into the drama, and then you'll get your, you know, there's wish fulfillment and emotional stability down here. And, you know, this could be with another person. It could just be with yourself, because you can have a stable home without a partner. You know, that's, yeah. And then, like I was saying before, like this Five of Swords here kind of is like, you know, highlighting the background hum of a potential conflicts, okay? And when do we have conflict? If we're going to feed into the conflict, it's a lot of mind energy, a lot of overthinking, a lot of self-sabotage, indecision about where we want to go and what we want to do, right? So it's like that is kind of a somewhat more ungrounded energy, and that's okay, no judgment. It's just a lot more along the lines of, once we get into our heads and out of our hearts, I think as Pisces, as water signs, very deeply feeling psychic folks, that can get us feeling ungrounded. We can feel very unstable. We can feel overburdened when we get too much into the head space. Okay. Not that like logic and intellect come into our decision making. It absolutely does. But I think that we borrow trouble a lot of the time when we overthink stuff, when it's like, okay, what is that even grounded in? You know, like it's grounded in fear a lot of times. So, you know, you just got to do a little meditation and be like, these are the things that I know. These are the things. These are my blessings. I'm going to count my blessings, right? So I like that. I like that energy. And here's the thing, like you know, it's kind of either a new job or a partnership. Okay, so I'm thinking, so here are these timing cards. We're going to say, so think of the thing, Pisces, that you've been wanting, okay? Because the Ace of Wands is taking action to, you know, acquire the thing, like accomplish the goal, whatever it is, right? And I really feel like your goal here is stability, long-term stability, probably in career and with a partner, but take it as it resonates. So think about your goal, think about your drive, your wish, your Ace of Wands, okay? And where I'm going to pick cards on when to take action towards it and when not to take action, okay? Let me look. So when to abstain and when to act. So card number 1 is when to abstain, and card number 2 is when to act. And you can also, if this, you know, when to abstain and when to act, keep in mind that you don't ever have to abstain from like thinking about it or journaling on it or getting clear on what your plan is, okay? This could be like, say if you're wanting to launch a new business, and you can take action, like a tangible move to do something along those lines within the time that from the card, you know, whatever. But abstain, you know, you could, it doesn't mean you don't plan. Like, you can plan and you can have whatever thoughts. You don't have to abstain ever from like thinking about it, planning it, blah blah blah. Okay, sorry if I'm a little scattered and a little funky today. I've been feeling this kind of weird, odd, kind of not entirely grounded energy since last night, and it's a feeling state that I'm not, it's a feeling state that I don't particularly enjoy. It's hard for me. Because I can feel floaty and funny and all the things anyway, but if I'm feeling that way and I'm like, it's kind of has like this like, you know, like it's so pre-verbal, like I can't even put it into words. I like have to make a face and like move my body in some way. Yeah. So if this reading is coming across ungrounded, I apologize. Okie dokie. So when to abstain? That's the Death card, which is Scorpio season. So you want to abstain from whatever action plan you could be having in what, November, late October, early, you know, mid-November. When do you want to act? The Devil. You want to act in Capricorn season. Okay. This can also be, because the way that this has come out too in other readings is like, kind of like, when can you expect results also? Like, you might not get results in Scorpio season. You know, the Scorpio season is going to be a time for you for more contemplation, you know, focusing on anything else. And then like Capricorn, you could be ready in Capricorn season to like put this plan, especially if it has to do with work. That would be a very auspicious time to launch that, because Capricorns are all worky, and so like that is pretty, you'd have that energy supporting you in that. Okay. Oh, so that's what I have for you for the tarot portion, Pisces. I'm going to go ahead and pull some animal cards for you. And given that I pulled the Scorpio season and it's the Death card, perhaps there's something else that needs to end in order for there to be transformation. And then transformation, you know, maybe the transformation could be in your work sector. I'm definitely getting like a full-on like career and love vibe from this whole thing. But with mainly absolute stability, commitment, you know, home, the whole gamut is the main focus in the whole picture. And why not, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Okay, Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Very nice. Courage and confidence to succeed. I was telling you about the whole, like, could be launching a new little business plan or something. Okay. Achieving clarity in my relationship. Today I will remember that even the best relationships have low points. If the low point is the norm in my current relationship, I may have to consider if I want it to continue. If the low point is temporary, I will practice understanding. I know that I will achieve clarity and make the right decision. Very nice. Very nice. I think that's just sound. I mean, that's why I love this deck so much. It's called The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. It has full-on practical, clear ways of just kind of looking at life and relationships and things. And if you're not familiar with Melody Beattie, she's the woman who wrote that seminal work, Codependent No More. Fantastic book. It's been like, it's like widely read. I mean, I think it's been a bestseller like several times over. I don't know. I mean, it's like a really, really great book. Very, very helpful for anyone who's ever had, any kind of relationship themselves with a substance or with other folks with substance issues, particularly alcoholism, because codependency is so deep there. But either way, I digress. This deck is fantastic. I love it. Okay. And some flower petals. Ooh. Oopsie. Let's take these. Let's take all these. Poppy. Remember who you wanted to be. Yes. Rose, you are divinely loved and protected with grace. Aww. Hyacinth, play, laugh, and find joy. What was I saying earlier? Get in touch with that childlike energy, play. Yes. Yeah, I do really feel very good about this reading for you guys, Pisces. I mean, I honestly think that, you have your vision. I really see this coming together. It's very much an alignment, feeding the positive, taking time to play. Don't borrow trouble. No need to. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.